invite someone over and say, hey, let's talk about this. Are you getting this structure? It's awesome,
yeah,
huh?
it's beautiful.
So, now this is the new part they just finished building, I think 2 years ago. I don't know exactly when. Now we're going to go through the tunnel of doom. I'm just kidding, which is what they built many years ago for the World's Fair. And we'll kind of give you a tour here. And now we're going to go to San Francisco. Actually, we're going across the second half of the Bay Bridge, which has been here for a long time, but it's still beautiful. Those are the buildings. Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com. I've got some new music. I've got 2 new websites coming up and a bunch of other things. So hold on 1 second. All right, let me shut this off. There we go. Okay, shut that off. All right. Okay. We've got a bunch of things going on. MGK International. We've got, where do I start? I'm going to start right here. We've got 2 new websites coming up. One is going to be designed solely for men. That is going to keep the URL crackthefemalecode.com, okay? That is going to be designed for the male brain. The word's going to be used to explain things in a male way because there's 2 different languages. The other website is going to be is a personal development website. It's also going to have dating relationship on there also. So here's what it's going to have. So under the MikeColleen.com, that website is my personal development website. It's going to have dating and relationships, singles and married couples, and those are relationships to save your marriage. You know, one thing I want to say real quick, because it's kind of sad. I've only actually had, I think, 2 couples come to me before they got divorced, and now they're both happily still together. That's 2 in the recent. Actually had someone a while back, but did not hear back from them. It was kind of a one-time thing. But these 2 are still together. Now, it took a few weeks, few months actually, kind of a spread out sessions, but they moved back in together, happily married. That's going great. So let me go back to the original. So there's going to be Crack the Female Code website, crackthefemalecode.com. The other one is going to be my personal development website. That's going to be under MikeColleen.com, K-O-L-L-I-N, MikeColleen.com. Now that's going to have dating relationships for single men, single women, and married couples, etc. Now here's the thing. That website, I have told my web designer, my new web designer, to make sure that is a very professional, classy, I don't know if I want to use the word elegant, but just a really cool website. And it's going to be very female friendly. I told her don't make it effeminate. That's not what I want. More professional on that end of the deal. But it's going to be designed for women because I realized over the years it's so much easier to talk to women about this. Women, it's like automatic. It's automatic. Whereas men, like, oh, I don't think so. It's like this long. Usually it takes about 4 or 5 sessions for the male brain to really start seeing, like, holy shit, I've been doing everything wrong. Like, yes. Guys, we're wired in the opposite way that women are wired, and when I break this down in 3 to 5 sessions, you will clearly see that everything that you thought as a male was romantic, turned a woman on, melted her heart, made her happy, only pissed her off. Because we're wired, women are internal, men are external. And I know that's a generalization, but I'm not going to explain this in this video. Oops. I'm not going to explain the details in this video. I've explained a lot of other videos. I'm going to put it in the course. So, 2 new websites. The other ones that's going to be in the Mike Colleen website. So, dating relationships, obviously one-on-one coaching, but it's going to be for professional athletes. There's going to be a page for that. And sales and communication. Communication could be business training, how to communicate in inner office. Sales is obviously a part of the NLP, but it's also a part of what I'm teaching in my course, this internal awareness and this right brain communication. When you learn that, right, how do I say it? Let's put it this way. Whether you're a single guy or married and you want to make your wife happy or you want to pick up on a girl, no more lines, no more openers, no more pickup artist crap, no more of this left brain logical, what's the word? No more techniques. It's not about techniques. It's about understanding. It's about relating to a woman in a way that she can relate to, that's natural for her. It's about communicating the right brain language. So, yeah, you're going to have to understand how to communicate that way, but it's like learning another language. Once you learn it, now it's not that hard, though. It's a lot easier. But once you learn it, all of a sudden you're like, well, I don't have to manipulate her. I don't have to trick her or use lines or openers. No, that stuff is bullshit, guys. You got to let go of that crap. It's just bullshit. So if you want to save your marriage, enhance your marriage, bring back the passion, the pleasure, the fun, and learn some really interesting ways to turn women on. Trust me, your wife will love you for this. In fact, this is what she wants from you, okay? So there's a whole plethora of things I'm doing. So the one website, crackthefemalecode.com, is for men. The other website is going to be for men, women, for everything. Business and sales, dating, relationships, sports, and personal development. That could be overcoming fears, doing better at business, coaching, confidence, whatever it is, okay? So I got a couple new quick things here I want to go really fast through. Here's the deal. I've dedicated my life to helping you, all right? You are going to help me. Now, how you're going to do it is you're going to take my course, you're going to send people to me, you're going to refer people, because here is what I just found, and about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I fell in love with this, and I'm looking at it right now. I want to find the right page. And there it is. Here's the front page. I want to get a Harley, okay? And this is the one, well, actually, that's it right there, actually, right on the front page. But here's a bigger picture of it. It's called the Iron 883. That's what I want to get. That's what I want to get by Christmas. I want to have it paid off by Christmas, or close to being paid off. That would be fine, about 75%. So that's what you're going to do for me. Get your butt in here. The new website's going to be up. Right now it is, today is August, let's see. Today is, September 2nd. So that is going to be up next Wednesday, which I believe, here, let me look at my calendar, 1 second, is going to be the 7th. So I believe it's going to be up, or at least part of it's going to be up. So that will be crackthefemalecode.com. After that, she's going to start working on MikeColeen.com. And I'm sure both of them will be up and fully running by the 14th of this month. So that's 12 days from now, okay? So I would say within 5 days, I would take a look at both of them, or especially crackthefemalecode.com. The other one might take a few more days to even kind of begin to get up, okay? It'll probably still be my old website under MikeColeen.com. Okay, so we got that. You can help me get my Harley. How are you going to do it? Well, here's how you're going to do it. You're going to refer people. You're going to get your butt in here, okay? Buy the book, Crack the Female Code. I am telling you, it will change your life. Let me do this. I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to read some testimonials real quick. Emails that I got, okay? Just random emails that I get. And this is one thing I want to say. I have never once requested a testimonial from anyone ever, and I get them all the time on that book, Crack the Female Code, at crackthefemalecode.com. In fact, I would recommend that you go in there and buy my books now, because when she switches it over, I don't know how smooth it's going to be working for the first week or two. So I would say you're pretty safe for the next few days here, early in September. Probably the first week you're fine, up until about the 7th. I think she'll probably have it shifting over by then. So here it is. Let me sign in. All right, 1 second. All right. Kyle, I'm not going to read his whole thing, but he just emailed me. Kyle actually bought the book. He was so impressed. Oh, yeah, this is what I want to say. I've had a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, buy the book, not only send me testimonials, but this guy, I'm not going to say what state. He came from out of state. I don't want to give away his information. Another guy, which you've seen in the videos, Eric, he came out from Detroit, Michigan. Kyle came out from out of state. Another guy, Washington, D.C. And then a while back when I first wrote the book, Crack the Female Code, but I actually rewrote it. He read that book and was so impressed he flew out from Ireland, okay? So here's the deal. People are saying things like this is life-changing. Kyle just wrote me a whole thing here. And one thing I want to do is thank Kyle. Because Kyle is one of the clients that's actually going out there and he's practicing, he's applying. That's how you get good at this stuff. If you think you're going to come in here and sit down and take 5 to 10 sessions and boom, that's it. No. That's when you begin to practice stuff. That's when you begin to develop and get better and better. Now, here's the fun thing, though. It's not that hard. Everything I teach you is super simple and super easy. It's just a matter of doing it 5 to 10 times for this, 5 to 10 times for that. And all of a sudden, your brain starts to wrap itself around going, this isn't hard. It's like, it's really not. In the beginning, it's going to be like, wait, what is this? But then about the 5th or 6th session, your brain is going to click. Now, ladies, remember we are now officially starting in the fall of 2016, winter of 2016, courses for women. I'm throwing this in because I realized, like I said, my new website, MikeColing.com, it is going to be geared for women. I don't want to say just for women, but it's definitely, I told my web designer, make it female friendly. I don't want one of these just dating relationship sites. That's the crackedfemalecode.com site. That's for men. The other one is for everyone, okay? So I realized it's a lot easier to sell to women because women are already aware that there's a huge lack of communication between men and women, that there's this disconnect. Okay, guys, here's the thing. Women are already aware of this. So when I talk to women, it only takes me 3 to 5 minutes to explain what I do for a living, and boom. Next thing you know, we're in an hour conversation. And usually they'll say, well, when's your next workshop? Whereas guys, oh, I don't believe this, I don't know. Because it's so opposite of the way that men think that you're like, this is weird. Why would a woman like this? Because her nerves, her mating systems, there's a nerve that breaks off to a different part of her brain. So when you do it the male way, you're missing the female way. So you're going that way when you should be going in. And I'll break that down in the course. So let me do this. Here is a manual, Crack the Female Code, crackedfemalecode.com. This is for men. This is a course for men, and I guess you could say women. This is actually the manual, so you'll physically get this. It's about, I think, 50 pages, actually about 60 pages. And this is also the same image of Crack the Female Code, the book. So go to my page, crackedfemalecode.com now, and buy that book, all right? And here's what we're going to be learning, guys. Science, men and women. We're going to be learning about the brain, the left brain and the right brain. Look at this brain. This is the female brain, left and right hemisphere. Notice all these lines. And now let's go over here. Notice all these lines right here, all right? And notice there's more X's in her brain than his. She's left and right. I'll explain that in the course. There's also some more stuff I've got down here. But we're going to learn science. The cool thing about it is you do not have to be college educated, but you do have to probably have high school proficiency, a high school degree, and understand basic 9th and 10th grade English, okay? I will take it from there and explain some other patterns, all right? So here's the sex signals. This is actually a copy for the manual, but there's a book, Sex Signals. This book was made for men to understand females' hidden body language, guys. Women are doing what's called right brain body language, and to a woman, she's like waving a flag at you, like, come over here, I'm attracted to you, I like you. But the problem is, men, you're processing through the linear brain, and you're missing it. It literally is women saying, God, it's like it went right over his head. Ladies, when I teach you in the course why it went over his head, you will laugh your ass off. We are, both men and women, we are processing in 2 different parts of our brain, communicating 2 different parts of our brain. Our mating system is wired in the opposite direction, and we are just colliding with each other when we really need to learn how to connect and go along with each other so we can both understand each other, fall in love with each other, get emotional fulfillment, and be very romantic and seductive, okay? So guys, buy this book. It is freaking cheap. I'm not going to go into what it is. I actually looked it up. It's on sale right now. If you just want to buy this book, Sex Signals, $11. Normally it's $20, but I really recommend you buy the package, the $45 package, because you get Crack the Female Code, the bonus section, Sex Signals, Get the Girl, Keep the Girl, and then you get an hour with me. That's a $235 package for $45. The book alone, Crack the Female Code, is $60 normally. So go there now before everything changes, goes up on the new website. Let's see what else. You got more images over here, but you know what? I think that's enough for now. Where's everything? Let's see if we can find one more. You know what? Oh yeah, here's another one. Hold on. These 2 pages are 2 pages that are in my manual. It's the actual course of Crack the Female Code, Understanding Women, Dating Relationships. Here's one. Here's the other one. Okay? If you notice, we're going to be going like this and connecting with women. What men try to do is they try to connect from here to here, which is like putting a metal rod across the battery, the positive and the negative poles of the battery. It blows it up, and that's what's happening in relationships. When you learn how to connect with a woman mentally first, then emotionally through right brain communication and give her emotional fulfillment, that's when you're going to have a happy wife. You want a happy life? You better have a happy wife. Happy wife, happy life. Then she'll connect with you sexually, and now you feel emotions for her too. So now it continues the cycle, and this will begin to build the energy in relationship. The problem is the way that men try to connect with women through sex only. Now here's the deal. She cannot go this way. It's like there's a barrier here. Sure, she can connect with you sexually and have a physical orgasm, but she wants an emotional, full body, I'm going to call it orgasm, okay? When you can do that with a woman through communication, all of a sudden, your wife is happy, she's content, she's satisfied. That's what this course is about. And you know what? No one else is teaching this. I have yet to find a book or a client who's taken all the courses. I've actually had quite a few clients with their doctorate degrees in psychology, linguistics, communication from Harvard, Berkeley, Stanford, USC, UCLA. And they're like, where did you learn this stuff? You know, I had a few clients who've been through multiple divorces, and they're like, I took all the love relationship with Dr. John Gray, Men Are From Mars, Dr. Barbara DeAngelis, you know, and all these other people. And I had a guy flying from Kansas who flat out said, he goes, when it comes to the dating and relationship and communication stuff, Michael, you're better than Tony Robbins. He just completed Tony Robbins' elite, like, small group training. I think it was at either in Fiji or at Tony's private residence or whatever. And then he also did all the Tony Robbins courses that I highly recommend, by the way, especially the first one. Not Step Into Your Power. That's my course. Unlimited Power, I think it's called. It's been many years since I've taken it. So anyways, my point is he did all those, and then he did the private, because I think he just went through a divorce, and he was trying to figure out, like, what the hell did I do wrong? When he took my course, he said, Michael, this is what she was saying. I'm like, yeah. The problem is you were hearing it in the left logical brain and not the right brain, and that's a big part of understanding women, okay? I don't care. Look, if you're married or single, this is going to help you. And women too. Guys, if you want to meet a lot of girls, take this course. You will understand. If you want to save your marriage, if you want to bring, okay, remember the first 6 months of your relationship when you first met her and how in love you guys were and how all you could do is think about her and have fun with her? That's what this course is going to do again. Because it's going to teach you something that the male brain has never been aware of. The problem is women don't know this. And ladies, that's what I'm going to teach you in the course, what it is that you're missing and why dating and relationships don't work for women, okay? So I think that's pretty much it for now. No, you know what? I'm actually going to read off just a couple random emails. Hold on one second. Let me close this. Let's see. Okay. Let me go here. I know. I mean, Kyle's basically saying, I'm not going to read, here's a couple paragraphs here, but he's saying, you know, I'm out talking to women. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And he says, basically I'm saying that, okay, so he says, I don't know much, wait, some I know, okay, talk about the women. Some I know, some I don't know at all. And I talk and laugh and joke with him all day. And before you even sent the last email, one day I was thinking to myself how boring conversations are between men and groups of guys. Basically, I'm saying I've noticed by being more involved in women's conversations that they involve stories and funny situations and jokes and feelings. It's great. Now, Kyle, I want to say this to you. And all you guys, a lot of guys, when you take my course, you're like, dude, get to the lines, get to the techniques. Believe it or not, I'm talking in story after story, metaphor after metaphor, because in all my NLP trainings and, well, let me say this part first. I'm teaching your unconscious mind something first. That's the way this course works. As you go towards the end of the course, towards the 8th, 9th, 10th session, then I'll start teaching you the patterns, and makes it really simple that way. The other way, it'll take you years, and I mean years, to learn this stuff, okay? And you still won't understand it. So in the beginning, I tell you just to kick back, relax, and enjoy the stories, because I'll tell you story after story after story after story. Because the secondary thing I'm doing is I'm conditioning your right brain to turn back on. And as Kyle was saying, and Kyle, call me and let me know or email me and let me know if you were conscious of what you're saying here. He says, I notice in women's conversations that they involve stories and funny situations and jokes and feelings. And there is a page specifically in this manual that I go over about that. And then as I go over, you're like, wait a minute, you've been doing this for the last 5 days. Yes, I have. All right. So he talks about how guys, it's like, he goes, it hit me like a ton of bricks when I was at a bonfire with three of my old high school buddies. No women at all. And they went on and on about their trucks and their lifts and their big rims and their turbo kits and their computer programs and their snowmobiles. And he basically went on to say how boring it was and how he says it drove me nuts. I stayed as long as I could. And after half an hour, I finally got up and left. So the thing about it is here's what happens with my clients. Kyle is one of them. I tell this to all of my clients. It's not like you come in here for 10 sessions and boom, you're changed. You begin to go out there and just apply some basic things, really simple, really easy, okay? Because a lot of people think, oh, it's complicated. No, it's not. You take one piece and you apply it for about 3 or 4 days, and you take another piece and you apply it for 3 or 4 days, and all of a sudden you layer this stuff in, and all of a sudden it's like, well, this is pretty easy, because your brain begins to wrap itself around it, and that's what I do in my course. That's part of the unconscious training that I take you through, the conditioning part. So what happens is, as what's happening with Kyle right now, as he says in this email, he's starting to see it everywhere. In fact, actually, he says it right here. Where did he put it? It's in here. You know, I'm not going to try to find it. It's a pretty long email. He talks about how he notices how women are using internal language. Oh, here it is, right here. He goes, but I've learned a ton from these ladies here at work, and I've seen and heard some indirect female internal languaging as well. Now that's the language, the internal language that turns her on and fills her heart with love, okay? If you don't learn this hidden language, your wife is going to feel empty inside, and that is not a good thing at all. So let me move on to another one. There's a guy from Australia. Let's see where this guy is. He read my book, Crack the Female Code. And it is right here from Connor. All right, Connor, I just sent you an email. He read my book, and he says, hi, Mike. I'm from Australia, and I read your book, Crack the Female Code. I got to say, it truly opened my eyes and brain up to a lot more. I want to do your courses and was wondering how could I do them. Thank you for helping me gain more confidence in myself. Now, well, actually, let me do that. There's something that I'm doing in my book and in my course that is shifting you, and it's helping you to be more grounded and become more confident in yourself, especially when it comes to women or just people in general, okay? So I'm going to answer his question. Here's how you can do it. You can either fly out here, one-on-one. Number two, get a group of people, and I will fly out there, and I'll do a training out there, okay? As long as you make it worth my while. I don't care if you're in Washington, D.C., Detroit, Australia, you know, wherever you are, I will fly out there and do a 5 or 7 day training, okay? So that's how you can do it, and I'm trying to think what else. I'm sure there's other ways, but I don't want to go into detail. I want to get the good stuff. So there was a guy, and he said, this guy is, I remember his name, Sebastian, but I'm not finding his email. Hold on, maybe it's up here more. Yeah, here's his Sebastian. Oops, wrong one. Okay, so he said, your book it's a masterpiece. And I emailed this to Eric, which I'm sure you've seen on my videos, and he goes, I agree. He goes, it changed me. I'm constantly getting emails from people, and the reason why I'm saying this is because I've never once asked for a testimonial. And yet, well, actually I have from clients, a few clients early on, actually I have for my websites, my Thumbtack site, etc. But other than that, I'm constantly getting emails. I mean, every week I'm getting multiple emails. People are saying, I just finished your book. This is amazing. It's life-changing. And if I didn't already say it in this video, I had people flying from Michigan, Idaho, Washington, D.C. I actually had a guy fly in all the way from Ireland, okay? This was a few years back, and this is when he read the original Crack the Female Code, which had no pictures. It was black and white. It was boring. Get the new Crack the Female Code. I promise you. Everyone says the same thing. He goes, that book, once I got it, he goes, literally within minutes. He goes, I was sucked in. He goes, I couldn't stop reading it. Most people will read that book within 4 or 5 days because they can't. They say, I couldn't put it down. Okay. So that's it for now. We got a new website coming up. Our workshops and trainings are now coming up right now. It's not. The old website it's getting redone right now, so no reason to upload it right now. Call me and find out about it. So fall of 26, we are right now September 2nd. The website should be up around the 7th. That's crackthefemalecode.com. The next one, Mike Colleen, the overall website, personal development, dating, relationships, sports, uh, sales and communication, that should be up, I believe, around the 10th or 14th, and it should be functional at that point. Buy my book, Crack the Female Code, at crackthefemalecode.com. Buy the package, the $45 package, because that's a $235 worth of value. The book itself is $60. I throw in an hour for free if you buy this package. That's $125 right there. Sex Signals is $20, which is part of the package. Get the Girl, Keep the Girl is $20, which is part of that package. And the bonus, I don't remember what I'm charging for that actually. Maybe $11, something like that, $10. All of that together is right now it's only $45. I highly recommend that. If you don't want to get all that, then get the golden package. It's $29. You know what? If you can't afford $29, you can't afford my course. I'm going to be really honest with you. You just can't. Okay. Change your life. At least get the. You know what? There's no even worries. I would buy the $45 package if you really want to, because the book, the Sex Signals book. I think I already showed you the image of that. I basically made that practically a freebie. It's a short book. It's only about, actually I don't have one with me. I think it's only like 20 pages or something like that. But what you learn in that book will open your eyes, okay? Everyone comes back to me like, holy shit, all this time women have been throwing signals at me and went right over my fucking head. I'm like, yes, that's what I've been telling you. Girls actually like you. You just didn't see it. Now, again, the reason why is men are processing through the linear. It's like the IBM computer, the left brain. Women are doing right brain body language and communication, and you're not hearing it. Because what you do is you take her right brain communication and you process it through the linear IBM processor. All right, by the way, this is more like the Apple computer, the Macintosh. And it changes the meaning when you process it through the wrong part of your brain. That's why you got to learn how to open up to the right side of your brain and learn the internal language and body language. And all of a sudden, you're like, holy shit, it's everywhere. This is Mike Cooling, MikeCooling.com. Change your life. Buy the book, crackthefemalecode.com. See you soon. All right, we are up above the Marin Headlands. Obviously right above, whoa, shit, the Golden Gate Bridge. Sorry about that, almost fell. And we are way up here. This is beautiful. Let me just get this. Way up here on the Golden Gate Bridge. There's the Bay Bridge. The fog looks awesome. I guess you can't see the fog though. It's kind of up high. But yeah, we're out here. He wanted to see some of the sights. So you glad came up here or what?
Yes.
If you're in the San Francisco Bay Area, you got to take a date up here. It's right above the Golden Gate Bridge.